If your legs feel weaker than they used to, if standing up takes more effort, or if walking doesn't feel as steady as it once did, I want you to listen very carefully, because what you're experiencing is not just normal aging, even though that's what most people are told. Every day, millions of adults over 60 slowly lose leg strength, balance, and confidence, not because of age itself, but because of something far more common and far more overlooked. And here's the part almost no one talks about. What you do before you go to bed plays a critical role in whether your legs continue to weaken or begin to recover. Your body repairs muscles, nerves, and balance systems while you sleep. But if certain key nutrients are missing, that repair process simply doesn't happen properly. In this video, I'm going to explain what's really happening to your legs and what you can start doing tonight to support strength, stability, and confidence again. If topics like healthy aging and staying mobile matter to you, make sure you subscribe now so you don't miss upcoming videos. For decades, older adults have been told the same thing again and again. That's just aging. Weak legs, aging. Slow walking, aging. Trouble standing up, aging. But that explanation is incomplete, and for many people, it's simply wrong. Yes, the body changes with age, but aging alone does not automatically destroy leg strength, balance, or muscle function. In fact, there are adults in their 70s and even 80s who walk confidently, climb stairs, and move with stability. So the real question is this: why do some people lose leg strength rapidly, while others don't? The answer is not luck, and it's not genetics alone. What often happens is that as we get older, the body quietly loses the ability to absorb and use certain essential nutrients efficiently. This affects muscles, nerves, and joints long before pain or weakness becomes obvious. The decline is gradual, which is why it's so often blamed on age. Another problem is messaging. Many people are told to just stay active, or accept it as part of getting older, without anyone checking what the body might actually be missing. As a result, the root cause goes untreated, and the legs slowly become weaker year after year. This belief can be dangerous, because when people assume nothing can be done, they stop looking for solutions, and that's exactly when balance worsens, falls become more likely, and independence starts to slip away. Understanding that leg weakness is not always inevitable is the first step toward protecting your mobility. Before we go any further, I want to pause for a moment and invite you to be part of this conversation, because you're not watching this by accident. Everyone's body, history, and situation is different, and understanding that makes a real difference. So take a few seconds and leave a comment below. I read them carefully, and many others watching this video do as well. Please tell us your age, where you're watching from, your country or city, and most importantly, what you're experiencing with your legs right now. Are your legs feeling weaker than they did a year ago? Do you struggle with balance or feel unsteady when walking? Do your calves cramp at night? Or do your knees feel stiff when you stand up? Or maybe climbing stairs has quietly become harder than it used to be. There's no right or wrong answer here. Many people watching this video are dealing with the same things, even if they haven't talked about it out loud yet. When you share your experience, it helps others feel less alone, and it helps us understand what topics matter most to you. You can also mention if you currently take any vitamins or supplements, or if you've been told your levels were low in the past. Even a short comment is enough. This channel is about real information, real people, and real experiences. Your comment could help someone else realize they're not imagining their symptoms, and that there may be a better way forward. Now let's talk honestly about why leg weakness should never be ignored, especially after the age of 60. When leg strength and balance begin to decline, it usually doesn't happen overnight. It starts quietly. You may notice that standing up from a chair takes a little more effort. Walking feels slower. You may catch yourself holding onto walls, furniture, or railings more often than before. These small changes are easy to dismiss, but they are important signals. The legs are the foundation of your independence. They allow you to move freely, maintain balance, and react quickly if you trip or lose footing. When that foundation weakens, the risk of falls increases, and falls are not minor events for older adults. Even a single fall can lead to long recovery times, reduced confidence, and long-term mobility issues. Beyond falls, weak legs affect daily life in subtle but powerful ways. People begin avoiding stairs, walking less, and limiting activities they once enjoyed. Over time, this reduced movement leads to further muscle loss, stiffness, and slower recovery. It becomes a cycle that feeds itself. What makes this especially concerning is that many of these changes are preventable when addressed early. Waiting until pain or serious instability appears often means the body has already lost valuable strength and coordination. Recognizing the urgency now is not about fear. It's about awareness. Taking action early gives your body the best chance to maintain strength, balance, and confidence for the years ahead. So if leg weakness isn't always caused by aging alone, what's really happening beneath the surface? In many cases, the true issue is something far less visible but far more powerful. A gradual deficiency of essential nutrients that your muscles and nerves depend on every single day. As we get older, two people of the same age can live in ways most people are never warned about. One, digestion becomes less efficient, while the other struggles with stiffness, hormonal signals that help repair muscle problems, and nerve tissue weakening. The difference is often not even if your diet hasn't changed. It's what the body may no longer be missing at a cellular level. Getting what it needs to maintain especially difficult is that nutrient deficiencies don't always show up in obvious ways at first. You may not feel sick. You may not feel pain. Instead, you feel slower, less stable, less strong than you used to be. These changes are subtle, but they are signals. Another issue is timing. Your body does most of its repair work while you sleep. Muscles recover. Nerves reset. Balance systems recalibrate. If the nutrients required for that repair process aren't available, the body simply cannot rebuild properly, no matter how active you are during the day. This is why addressing the hidden cause matters. When the body finally gets what it needs, many people are surprised by how quickly strength, coordination, and confidence can begin to return. This isn't just opinion, and it isn't based on isolated stories or trends. The connection between nutrient levels, muscle strength, nerve function, and balance in older adults has been studied for years by researchers around the world. As people age, scientists have observed measurable changes in how muscles repair, how nerves transmit signals, and how efficiently the body uses key vitamins and minerals. These changes don't happen because the body is failing, but because the systems responsible for absorption and regeneration become less efficient over time. Multiple large-scale studies have shown that older adults with low levels of certain nutrients are more likely to experience reduced muscle strength, slower walking speed, poorer balance, and higher fall risk compared to those with adequate levels. What's not important to understand is that these differences appear even in people who are otherwise active and relatively healthy. Researchers have also documented that nighttime plays a critical role in recovery. During sleep, the body increases tissue repair, nerve maintenance, and muscle protein synthesis. When specific nutrients are available during this window, the repair process is more effective. When they are missing, recovery is incomplete. Medical journals consistently highlight that correcting deficiencies can support better physical function, especially when combined with regular movement and healthy routines. This is not about quick fixes or miracles. It's about giving the body the raw materials it needs to do what it's already designed to do. Understanding the science helps explain why addressing the root cause matters more than simply pushing through weakness or assuming nothing can be done. To understand why timing matters, you need to know what your body actually does while you sleep, especially after the age of 60. We share research-based information like this every week. If you want to stay informed, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Sleep is not just rest. It is the most active recovery period your body has. During the night, your brain coordinates repair signals, muscles rebuild damaged fibers, and nerves restore communication pathways that control movement and balance. This process happens, whether you feel it or not, and it becomes increasingly important as the body ages. As we get older, daytime recovery slows. Muscles take longer to bounce back. Nerves respond more slowly. Balance systems become less responsive. That's why nighttime becomes the most valuable window for repair. It's the time when the body focuses less on movement and more on restoration. However, this repair process depends heavily on what resources are available. If key nutrients are missing during sleep, the body simply cannot complete its work. Imagine trying to repair a house without the right tools or materials. Progress is limited, no matter how skilled the workers are. This is why many people feel stiff, weak, or unstable in the morning. It's not always because they slept poorly. It's often because their body didn't have what it needed to fully repair muscles and nerves overnight. Supporting the body before sleep helps align nutrition with the body's natural repair rhythm. When the right nutrients are present, the overnight recovery process becomes more efficient, helping muscles feel stronger, movement feel steadier, and mornings feel less difficult. Understanding this timing is a key step toward protecting leg strength and mobility as you age. Let's now talk about the first nutrient on the list, one that many older adults have heard of, but very few truly understand or monitor. This vitamin plays a critical role in how your nerves communicate with your muscles, especially in the legs. When levels begin to drop, movement can feel slower, coordination weaker, and balance less reliable. What makes this nutrient particularly important after 60 is that the body becomes less efficient at absorbing it. even when diet stays the same. As a result, many people are low without realizing it. This vitamin doesn't work overnight like a stimulant. Instead, it quietly supports nerve, signaling and muscle response during the body's natural repair cycle, making it especially relevant at night. This nutrient supports leg strength by helping your nervous system send clear, fast signals from your brain to your muscles. Every time you stand, walk, or adjust your balance, your nerves are communicating instructions to your legs. When this process works well, movement feels smooth and controlled. When it doesn't, legs can feel weak, heavy, or unresponsive. As levels of this vitamin decline, nerve signaling slows. Messages from the brain don't reach the muscles as efficiently, leading to fatigue, instability, and poor coordination. During sleep, your body focuses on repairing nerve pathways and restoring communication. When this nutrient is available at that time, the repair process is more effective, helping movements feel steadier and more confident over time. Before I name this first nutrient, I want you to pause for a moment and think about how your legs have been feeling lately. Please leave a comment below and tell us honestly. Do your legs ever feel numb, heavy, or weak, especially when standing or walking? Do you notice tingling, burning, or unusual sensations in your feet or calves? Have you felt less steady on your feet than you did a year ago? Also, include your age and where you're watching from, your country or city. And if you already take any vitamins or supplements, you can mention that too. Your comment isn't just helpful for you. Many people watching this video are experiencing the same symptoms but haven't connected the dots yet. When you share, it helps others feel understood and informed. In the next part, I'll finally reveal the name of this nutrient and explain why so many adults, over 60, are unknowingly low in it. The nutrient we've been talking about is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is one of the most important vitamins for leg strength, balance, and coordination. Yet it's also one of the most commonly overlooked in older adults. This is because after the age of 60, the body often struggles to absorb B12 efficiently from food. Even if you eat well, B12 plays a direct role in keeping nerves healthy and responsive. When levels drop, the communication between your brain and your legs weakens. That's when symptoms like unsteady walking, weakness, numbness, or nighttime leg discomfort can begin to appear. Many people assume these changes are just part of aging, but in reality, low B12 is often a hidden contributor. Supporting healthy B12 levels is one of the first steps toward improving how strong and steady your legs feel over time. One of the biggest reasons vitamin B12 deficiency is so common after the age of 60 has very little to do with diet, and that's what surprises most people. As we age, the stomach naturally produces less hydrochloric acid, which is essential for releasing B12 from the foods we eat. Even if you regularly consume meat, fish, eggs, or dairy, your body may no longer be able to separate and absorb B12 efficiently. This means deficiency can develop quietly over time, without any obvious warning signs at first. Certain medications also make this problem worse. Acid-reducing drugs, heartburn, medications, and some diabetes treatments can further interfere with B12 absorption. Many older adults take these medications daily, often for years, without realizing their impact on nutrient levels. Another issue is that early symptoms of low B12 are subtle. Instead of sharp pain, people notice things like slower movement, reduced balance, mild numbness in the feet or legs, that fatigue more quickly. Because these changes happen gradually, they're often dismissed as just getting older. Understanding how and why B12 levels drop is important, because once deficiency is identified and addressed, nerve communication and muscle response can often improve, sometimes significantly, over time. Once people learn they may be low in vitamin B12, the next question is usually, what's the right way to support it? And this is where many older adults unknowingly make mistakes. Not all forms of B12 are absorbed equally. Because digestion and stomach acid decline with age, relying only on standard multivitamins or regular tablets doesn't always work well. In many cases, the vitamins simply through the body without being fully used. That's why forms designed to bypass digestion tend to be more effective for older adults. Options that dissolve in the mouth allow B12 to enter the bloodstream more directly, which can be helpful for people with absorption issues. Timing also matters. The body focuses on nerve repair and communication reset during sleep. Providing B12 in the evening aligns it with this natural repair window, supporting the nervous system when it's most active in recovery. Despite a common myth, B12 does not act like a stimulant for most people, and typically does not interfere with sleep. As always, individual needs vary, and checking levels with a healthcare professional is the safest way to determine what's right for you. The goal is consistency, not excess. Supporting your body so it can restore steady movement and strength over time. Supporting vitamin B12 helps restore clear communication between your brain and your legs. But nerve signals alone aren't enough. For your legs to feel strong, stable, and reliable, your muscles themselves must be able to repair, rebuild, and respond properly. And this is where the second nutrient becomes essential. Many older adults assume this next vitamin is only important for bones, so they stop thinking about it once they're no longer growing. That assumption causes a major gap in muscle health, especially in the legs. This vitamin plays a direct role in how muscle fibers recover after daily activity, how balance is maintained, and how strength is preserved over time. When levels are low, muscles recover more slowly, fatigue sets in faster, and even simple movements can begin to feel demanding. In the next section, we'll talk about this second vitamin, why deficiency is extremely common after 60, and how supporting it can make a noticeable difference in leg strength, stability, and confidence. The second nutrient we're talking about is vitamin D3. Most people recognize vitamin D3 as the sunshine vitamin and associate it only with bone health. But after the age of 60, vitamin D3 becomes one of the most important nutrients for muscle strength, balance, and mobility, especially in the legs. Vitamin D3 helps activate receptors inside muscle tissue that are responsible for strength and coordination. When levels are adequate, muscles respond faster, recover more efficiently, and maintain better control during movement. When levels are low, muscles weaken more quickly, fatigue sets in faster, and balance can suffer. One reason deficiency is so common is that the body's ability to produce vitamin D3 from sunlight declines with age. Even people who spend time outdoors may not generate enough. As a result, many older adults are unknowingly deficient. Low vitamin D3 levels have been linked to slower walking speed, reduced leg strength, and higher fall risk. Supporting healthy levels is not about quick results. It's about giving your muscles what they need to stay strong, responsive, and dependable over time. Vitamin D3 doesn't just matter how much you have. When your body receives it, also plays an important role, especially as you get older. After age 60, muscle recovery and rebuilding slow down during the day. Daily movement, even light activity, creates small amounts of muscle stress that must be repaired. That repair work doesn't happen while you're active. It happens when you sleep. During the night, your body releases signals that support muscle repair, balance regulation, and coordination. This is when vitamin D3 becomes especially useful. When D3 is available, during this window, it helps muscle tissue respond more effectively to those repair signals. Many people take vitamin D3 inconsistently or at random times without realizing that timing can influence how well the body uses it. Supporting your body before sleep helps align D3 with its natural recovery rhythm, rather than working against it. This doesn't mean D3 is a sleeping aid. It isn't. Instead, it supports the systems that are already active during rest. When timing is right, muscles tend to recover more efficiently, movements feel steadier, and daily activities place less strain on the legs over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make with vitamin D3 is assuming they either don't need it or are already getting enough. Because symptoms of low D3 develop slowly, many adults don't realize there's a problem until weakness, fatigue, or balance issues become noticeable. Another common mistake is relying only on sunlight. While sunlight does help the body produce vitamin D3, this ability declines significantly with age. The same amount of sun exposure that worked in your 30s or 40s may no longer be enough after 60. Timing is another issue. Some people take D3 irregularly or skip days, which makes it harder for the body to maintain steady levels. Consistency matters more than taking a large amount occasionally. There's also confusion between different forms. Vitamin D3 is more effective for the body than other forms, yet many people don't check what they're actually taking. Finally, some people focus only on D3 without considering how it works alongside other nutrients involved in muscle and bone support. Avoiding these mistakes isn't about doing more, it's about being informed. When vitamin D3 is used correctly and consistently, it can better support muscle function, balance, and long-term leg strength. Vitamin B12 helps restore clear communication between your nerves and muscles. Vitamin D3 supports muscle strength, balance, and recovery. But there is one more piece that many older adults are missing. And without it, the benefits of the first two may never fully come together. This final nutrient doesn't get much attention, yet it plays a critical role in how your body uses minerals, supports muscle efficiency, and protects the structures that allow your legs to move smoothly and confidently. In fact, many people who support B12 and D3 still experience stiffness or weakness because this last piece is missing. Think of it as the coordinator. It helps direct resources to the right places at the right time, ensuring that muscles, bones, and joints work together instead of against each other. In the next part, we'll talk about this final vitamin, why deficiency becomes more common with age, and how supporting it can help unlock the full benefits of everything we've discussed so far. Before we reveal the final vitamin, take a second to subscribe so you don't miss future videos on strength, balance, and healthy aging. The final nutrient we're talking about is vitamin K2. This is one of the most overlooked vitamins in older adults, yet it plays a powerful role in leg strength, mobility, and long-term stability. Vitamin K2 doesn't work like a typical muscle supplement. Instead, it helps your body direct calcium to the right places, where it can actually support bones and movement, rather than allowing it to build up in joints or soft tissues. As people age, calcium management becomes less efficient. When vitamin K2 levels are low, calcium may not be used properly, which can contribute to stiffness, discomfort, and reduced movement quality in the legs. This can make standing, walking, and climbing stairs feel harder than they should. Vitamin K2 also supports proteins involved in muscle and bone coordination. When these systems work together smoothly, legs tend to feel more stable and responsive. This is especially important at night when the body focuses on repair and regeneration. Because vitamin K2 is found in limited foods, many adults over 60 are unknowingly low. Supporting it can help complete the foundation needed for stronger, steadier legs over time. Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, but that's only the first step. Vitamin K2 makes sure that calcium goes where it's supposed to go, into your bones, not your joints or soft tissues. When D3 is taken without enough K2, calcium may not be used efficiently. This can contribute to stiffness or discomfort, even in people who are already supporting vitamin D levels. Together, D3 and K2 work as a system. D3 brings calcium in, and K2 directs it properly. This partnership supports smoother movement, better joint comfort, and stronger leg support, especially during the body's nighttime repair cycle. One common mistake is assuming vitamin K2 is the same as vitamin K1. It isn't. They serve different roles in the body. Another mistake is relying on diet alone. K2 is found in limited foods, and many people don't get enough regularly. Consistency also matters. K2 works best when taken steadily over time, not occasionally. Important safety note. If you take blood-thinning medications, always speak with a healthcare professional before using vitamin K2. The goal is balance, not excess, and supporting the body's natural systems correctly. Here's the takeaway. Vitamin B12 supports nerve communication. Vitamin D3 supports muscle strength and balance. Vitamin K2 helps ensure minerals are used properly. Together, they support the systems your legs rely on every day, especially during sleep, when recovery happens. If your legs feel weaker, stiffer, or less stable, it doesn't always mean decline is inevitable. Often it means your body needs better support. Comment your age, where you're watching from, and your biggest leg concern. Like this video if it helped. Subscribe for more simple, research-based health information designed for adults over 60. Strong legs support independence, and taking care of them today matters.